Hello and welcome to IRL F3 round 11, and it is Japan. I am Sondre Sorhaug, joined by Jack Yates today.
Hello, I'm excited again. Japan's always good racing, so I'm very happy.
That is good to hear, good to hear. And as we can see, a few drivers are already on their outlaps, and well, first of all, we could mention the strategy, Jack. It's an easy soft to medium here, so a little interesting to see a few drivers on the mediums and even hards right now. But what do you think they're thinking right now?
I imagine they're just kind of getting used to this track. I've already seen about 3 spins through the S section, so that's going to cause trouble in this race for Callum Anderson. Oh, God. I'm getting horrible luck with Callum Anderson, but yeah, the strategy, I mentioned the people on the mediums and the hards right now, they're probably just gone for an outlap, getting warmed up to this track, you know, just getting used to it. But I imagine most people try and qualify on the softs, people outside the top 10 might try the opposite strategy, go mediums to soft, but yeah, you know, maybe some people might gamble with the safety car, because I tried that yesterday, didn't work for me, but you know, some people might go for the mediums at the start, hope there's a late safety car, softs, whatever.
Well, I gotta tell you, a gamble or not, I tried the other gamble to go on the hard tires, and those tires did not feel great. Like, they were absolutely horrendous to be on. So what these guys on the hards right now are thinking, I'm not sure, but nonetheless, we can see that Reese March is one of the first drivers on a lap as he heads into turn 1. Quite a tricky corner to hit. Spot on, but it looks decently clean around there. Heading into the SS then, I expect a lot of crashes here today, not gonna lie. It is a tricky section, and I do imagine we can see a few people spin as we see Tom. He might just be on an outlap, so he's just moved out of the way. Another tricky section here, Jack. Degner 1 and Degner 2.
Yeah, you really want to take that like full attack, I find.
Yeah, you really want to take the inside curbs and the outside curbs in that corner to get the most out of the corners, but a small miscalculation could well, pretty much just ruin it completely. Like for me yesterday, I had a small miscalculation once, lost 2 positions instantly, so tricky corner. Then next
Absolutely.
spoon, a little more straightforward corner. It is a long corner though, and you need to carry a lot of speed, but not that tricky, I would say. Before they head up to the iconic 130R, a corner that was so demanding in the past in these cars, however, a lot easier. Before the Casio triangle to end their lap, heading over the line for Reese March and the 130.9. In the meantime, Riley Manning has set a 30.4, so there's probably room for improvement there.
No, Adam Corrigan says 29.8, so that's a good lap for him.
Yeah, but you both us knows that he's gonna spin later on.
We do know that. Through the S's, through the final corner. Oh, he's already gone off in the S's, so yeah, we already know he's going to spin. I imagine a lot of other people, as Invictus retires that, so looks like, yeah, he's just kind of been spat out of the final part of the S's. I think he must have touched the curb, touched the grass or something. There goes Luke Red as well. Oh god, carnage already. Yeah, he's off in the first part of the S's. Welcome to Japan, Suzuka.
And there, as we're following Tom Jewel, we can see that there is some drivers there in the end at the S's around the Dunlop corner, as I believe that was Callum Anderson getting out of the way. Tom looking a little unsteady in Dagner 1 there.
Yeah, it just didn't seem like he had the confidence to try and go through it. Clips the curb and the hairpin as well, which is going to knock him off time. Oh, that's the rear as well. So this isn't going to be a great lap for Tom Jewell, which is quite sad, but you know, I think he's got some good pace normally from what I remember. So Hamrick goes as well, also in the S's. This is going to be carnage.
Oh, I think it will. Hopefully it won't be too bad, but looking at this though, Tom Jewell about to go up to 130R. Next up, the Casio triangle, as we can see that he has a car in front of him. I'm not sure, and that is a car that is not on the lap, and in the final moment gets out of the way. That might have distracted Tom a little, but he goes over the line to put a 131. One was it? Yeah, so there might be improvement in his lap too.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of improvement. He lost the rear a couple of times in his lap, and that slow car in front of him probably distracted him. But there's a lot of talking points on this track. You got the S's, Degners, the final corner as well. There's that bump which can spit you off into the wall, which is the worst thing in the world. I hate it with a passion. So yeah, a lot of this track can be really demanding. So it's going to be interesting to see how people deal with it.
Definitely, definitely. As we can see that Tim is in the Casio triangle now, about to finish his lap. It's gonna be a 1:29.9 on the mediums. Quite a decent lap from Tim there. However though, Callum, has he done his lap on mediums too? Because if he has,
Yes,
then
he has.
Tim is a little behind at the moment, and heading into this round he can't really afford to give any points to Callum, but he might have something in store for the next few laps.
Maybe, but I think Callum is almost uncatchable. Really, on these 2 rounds, I think Callum needs to be way down the order for anyone to be able to pose a threat to his title. But he looks strong today, being currently on provisional pole on those mediums, so he's going to be going out for his first soft run shortly. He's on his outlap, so we're going to have to watch out for him, see what he can do today.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't done the math on what he actually needs, but I know that there is 36 points separating Callum and Paul in second, so Paul needs to outscore him by at least 9 points, I believe. No, by 10 points, I mean, to even have a mathematical chance, so could be the title decider we see today. Could be.
Could be. And I imagine as long as there are no mistakes from Callum Anderson, he's going to be up the order anyway, so I imagine as long as he makes no mistakes, I think it's likely we'll see Callum Anderson crowned champion today. But hopefully Tim and Paul Farthing, they can pose a threat to that and give us a nice interesting final round to the season. But I have a feeling this race will be kind of a race of attrition. Who doesn't spin will do best.
I agree there, and we can see that Thomas McIver has gone on to provisional pole with 1:29.5. And looking at the times right now, we've seen over half the field put up a time. Jack, what do you think we're going to see the pole time be today?
Pole time, I think maybe a high 28. Maybe
High
between
28.
the range of 28.7, 28.9. So I think Callum Anderson can improve more than 6 tenths on a medium lap, so
Well, I'm not gonna lie.
I think that's realistic.
I think we're gonna see something around that too. The guys, I especially think that we're gonna see put on 28 laps. I think we're gonna see Callum, Tim, maybe Billy, and maybe Paul. Paul hasn't set a lap yet, so kind of tricky to say with him so far. But Paul has obviously shown to be strong in a lot of the races, and would be surprised if he isn't today.
Yeah, I think Paul's got really good race pace as well, as long as he can not get caught up in any incidents. So we're gonna have to wait and see for him. Is maybe he's just gone for the one lap, the one attempt, bit of a one-shot sort of thing. But yeah, we're gonna have to wait until the dying minutes to be able to find out who's gonna be best around this track. But you know, qualifying isn't everything. I'd say the race is more important, so that's the bit I'm most excited for.
Oh, I couldn't agree more with you on that. As we can see that Tom Spicer heads through the Casio Triangle now to finish his first lap of the day. And it will be a 1:20, a 1:30.6, which puts him in 7th place at the moment. In the meantime, Adam Corrigan, I was just gonna head over to him as he puts up a 1:29 flat. And gonna have to say, didn't expect him to be provisional pole right now, but good effort from him at the moment.
Yeah, sure, but He also lost the rear coming through the final corner, so I know that's been a challenge for him in his practice. So I have a feeling we're going to see a few other people maybe spin off in that corner, hitting the bump and just getting sent into the pits or something.
Well, not gonna lie, that bump could be deadly to say the least. Almost caught me out yesterday, although for my sake I didn't actually start losing the back because of the bump. I just lost it on traction like a chippo, but then the bump kind of sent me towards the pit wall, which I luckily managed to escape, kind of.
I also luckily managed to escape your car and I got in front of you, which was made me really happy. I made it my race's mission to beat you, so you did my job for me, so thank you. Also, we've lost, Delta, I've forgotten his name, Ivan King. Ivan King, we've lost him as well, also in the S's, so turn 1, lap 1 S's, I think, could be the biggest crash I've ever seen. Or people are going to take it nicely, so we're going to have to wait and see. I'm predicting first lap safety car, looking at how it is right now.
Ooh, and look at that. Billy has done a 29.2 now, and Calm has done a 29.1 on a set of soft tires. So, looking at that, I think Adam could be looking for a good result today. Oh, as Tom Spicer goes a little wide in the S's, and that's his lap over, I guess. I do believe. Nah, nobody's on the lap right now.
Yeah, I think Adam Corrigan, that's quite a surprise for me, personally. I didn't think he was going to have much pace around this track, because I know he's been saying that he hates it. So,
sorry to interrupt you there, but Tyler Thomas goes flying off in the S's. Luckily hits the wall with the rear of his car, so he's still in it, but it could have gone much more horrible for his sake. But yeah, do continue, Jack.
Yeah, I know Adam Corrigan is saying he hates this track and he doesn't think he's going to have the pace, but looking at it right now, provisional pole with the 29th lap, that's almost at the pole time we were predicting. If he gets his lap right for his final lap, maybe we'll see him in the top 3, but it all really comes down to consistency, I think, with this track. So, play your cards right, don't get in any accidents, should be alright. There's someone gone slow on the hairpin.
Well, I've just before been following Thomas McIver now, as I'm kind of expected him to be the first one to challenge that time right now, but he was drifting through one of the corners in the S's, and that's just showing me that like we have so many people struggling there, and I do know why. Like if you get a little late into one of the corners, then you kind of messed up your whole S section. So it's a tricky section to get right, but it's such a flowing and nice section in my opinion, though.
Yeah, it's really nice. Once you get it perfectly spot on, it's the most satisfying thing in the world, but if you get it wrong, it can be deadly. Tim Brusalian's got 28.6. Okay, so he's beaten our prediction.
28.6 from Tim Brusalians, and he's barely still in the championship fight, and he knows that he has to win today. And right now it looks like he's gonna do everything right, but there is still some big guns left in Callum, and Paul, I believe, is on an outlap, so...
He's on the mediums.
Who?
So that's an interesting strategy call. Paul's on the mediums.
Oh, no, he's on the soft.
Is he?
I see the mediums on his car there, but I believe... Okay.
My fitted
oh,
thing
you're
says
right, actually.
mediums.
He's on mediums. Alright, that's surprising. I don't know exactly what his thought is then, but he looks like he's gonna be running the alternate strategy. However, I'm not sure how smart that is gonna be, to be honest. If he thinks that he can put it high up on those tires, then starting in a position like P5 on mediums isn't a bad thing, but it doesn't look like he's gonna be going for this lap, to be honest.
Yeah, he's in low ERS, so...
Yeah.
One more lap to run down the clock, and then...
Oh, wait,
he'll be
I
away.
think he might be going another lap just to get his fuel to the bare minimum.
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
Could be, at least.
It's going to be interesting to see.
We have another driver who is on the lap. That is Tom Jewell as he is heading into the hairpin. A hairpin, I think we're gonna see.
Oh!
Oh, that was just what I was gonna say. A hairpin, I think we're gonna see a few people lose their back end. It is slippery on traction there, and Tom Jewell is into the wall, and that is his quali over. Reese March, however, has also started his lap, as we can see him. What section is he? In the S section right now. So as he's heading up to the Dunlop curve right now, a corner I find fairly tricky to hold flat out. You really gotta hit the apex there to carry as much speed as possible. As we see him in Degner, maybe a little cautious, but could be smart to take it a little cautious to just get that last lap into.
Yeah, for sure. I find that in the S section, sometimes when I'm following someone, I subconsciously follow them too much, and like they go out wide in the Dunlop curve, and I just follow them and hit the grass. I do that quite a lot, so hopefully we don't see people do that. That wouldn't be smart.
Well, I gotta have to say, I I also do that sometimes. I see a car ahead of me. I'm thinking, all right, I think he might be quicker than me, so I'll follow his lines. Then he misses his line a little, and then I follow right after like a gypsy.
Yep, every time I do it.
Nonetheless, though, Reese March in the Casio triangle and out of the final corner to finish his final lap of the day. It's going to be a 1:30.4 and a massive improvement of, I believe it was 6:10, something like that, and up into 8th at the moment. In the meantime, we'll try to see if we can follow Adam, I was going to say, but he has invalidated his lap, so that is game over for Adam. Best position he can get is second, but Callum is on a charge. He's heading through turn 1 and 2 into the S section now. Callum Anderson, the championship leader, as I believe that might have been Reese March or Adam Spicer getting out of the way. Nonetheless, Adam going through Dunlop curve. Looked a little cautious in Dunlop, but heading into the Degner corners as Farf has... Look at that, Jack. Farf has put it in third on the mediums. And this might be why he went mediums.
I see that now. If he went on the softs, he would have been pole. So, Paul Farthing, he looks like he's got some pace on him. If he's doing that, Callum looks a bit wobbly
Billy
there.
Mossam up into second, pushing Farf and Adam one place down. But Callum Anderson, though, he's still on his lap, heading towards this long straight up to 130R. What is it gonna be as he goes through this flat out left-hander, then into the Casio triangle and the final corner for the last time in quali. And I think he actually might be the last driver on the lap too. And over the line it's going to be a 1:28.5, and look at that, it is pole position, just ahead of Tim Bruce-Dalians with 1/10. Then let's see, I see Tom Spicer on track. I don't think he is on the lap. He is not, so we will just be waiting on him to actually... I believe he has front wing damage actually, so I think he's messed up his lap. Nonetheless though, 3 lap old soft tires, so
interesting.
I think he should be happy
as he
messed it up.
Probably. I mean, I wouldn't want to start on that.
I wouldn't have done that either, but Paul Farf though, I did say if he can put it inside the top 4, top 5 on those mediums, he could have a massive strategy advantage, and he's just about managed to edge inside the top 5.
I think
that though, Callum and Tim in first and second.
I think this race is going to come down to not if, but when the safety car comes out.
Oh, that could be.
It really depends, I think, when it comes out who's going to win this race, who plays their cars right. So I think we might be seeing 2-3 safety cars this race, because a lot of people seem to be really struggling around this track.
Oh, we could. And we have Callum Anderson on pole with 1:28.554, 1/10 ahead of Tim Bruce-Dalians. Excuse me. Billy Mossam in third, Adam Corrigan in fourth, Paul Farding in fifth, then Ross Denholm in sixth. Before we have Thomas McIver in seventh, then Riley Manning in eighth, then Reese March in ninth, and Adam Spicer in 10th. Outside of the top 10, we have Tom Spicer, Tom Jewell, Tyler Thomas, Luke Baker, Ivan King, and I could not catch the last few drivers, but we will see them on the grid. And at that point, we will also see who is choosing for mediums outside of the top 10, Jack.
I think it'll be quite split, quite 50-50 outside the top 10 for the mediums and the softs. So, yeah, we're going to have to wait and see who thinks there'll be a safety car, see who thinks there won't be. So, I mean, there's a lot of points on this track where there's a few points where you could overtake. There's some that you really shouldn't, and I hope people don't do the shouldn't.
Might I ask what points are the ones you really shouldn't, do you think is?
Degner's spoon, I don't think so either, because I've seen a lot of people try it and they just hit wheels and then get pinged off into either side. But the Degners, I'd say, sorry, all the other ones.
Degner, I agree with. That usually ends in carnage if somebody tries an overtake there. Spoon is one of the most satisfying places to actually make an overtake, though. But you gotta be side by side going into the corner if you do. But nonetheless, outside of the top 10, the last few drivers I didn't manage to catch was... oh my god. My memory
Enzo the Toy.
There we go.
Enzo the Toy and Jagma, who is Jagma Johnson. Yeah.
Correct. My memory just failed me completely for a moment. But nonetheless, we have Adam Spicer in 10th there. He actually did his lap on mediums too, so that's interesting. However, his brother Tom Spicer in 11th opts for the mediums. We see Luke Baker in 14th, he's going on mediums, and Enzo and Irmal both on the mediums. So
yeah, it's about 50-50, so...
correct, you are actually. There is 4 on mediums, 3 on softs outside of the top 10, so... It is almost a 50-50 split. And then actually having 2 cars inside the top 10 and as high as 5th on the mediums. I'm gonna look forward to see how Paul are gonna tackle this one. But I do like what he's doing though. Second to last race of the season, 36 points behind Callum. He needs to do something to catch Callum off guard here. And going on the mediums could be that one thing he needs to do.
Yeah, absolutely. It has to work for him though, otherwise this could completely ruin his race or it could completely make his race. So I think there's a lot of things that could happen with this strategy, but hopefully it works out for him and can make us entertained. So we're just going to have to wait and see.
Well, I'm not going to lie, it is a make or break race for Paul today. Same with Tim. Although Tim has chosen the same strategy as Callum, so he just got to try to be better than Callum and actually beat him. And I think Tim's best chance right now might be to get past Callum into turn 1 on this start-finish straight on lap 1. Nonetheless,
yeah,
they are lining up on the grid and we are getting ready as I'm having a horrible camera angle right now.
I think we've lost the driver. We're missing Shane, I think. We did have 18 drivers, didn't we?
I believe...
Yeah, we're missing Shane. The lights are on, by the way.
It's 5 red lights and away we go, and I'm still having a horrible camera angle, but there we go, and it looks like one of the Red Bulls at the back has had a horrible start. That is Tyler Thomas. But look at this though, Tim is challenging Callum Anderson in turn 1 here. Side by side, it looks like Callum is managing to keep his first place for now, but Tim is surely going to be all over him. In the meantime, Paul Farding up into 3rd already. Adam Corrigan had an absolutely horrendous start, it looks like. In the meantime, look at this Billy Mossum. He's looking on far at Paul, and he wants that position. And we all know
Oh,
Billy is not going to give up.
Ivan King's already gone round to the back, which isn't good for him. Tyler Thomas has had an awful start. He's off as well. Already crashes off in the S section. Through the Degans, they seem to be all clean. The Red Bulls are having an awful time at the back though. Callum Manson gets off to a good start. Paul Farding also having a great start, up to P3, which is great, what we'd like to see. All top 3 of our championship are in the top 3 of this race also.
Unfortunately for us spectators though, it is Callum Anderson leading the race, which means that he might be about to seal his championship title. But he's not going to get any breaks from either Tim or Paul, as we can see that Paul is actually getting a little challenged by Billy here. However, there is no DRS yet, so Billy is going to have to do it on pure bravery if he wants to make an overtake stick on this lap. In the meantime, in the background, I believe Tom Jewell has made an overtake on Enzo into the Casio Triangle, and Luke Baker also about to make an overtake on Enzo as they head down towards turn 1. He backs out of it. He's gonna stick behind for now. Not quite sure why he decided to do that. Nonetheless, we're gonna head back up to the front, and we can see that they're still in formation here. 1, 2, 4.
Absolutely, we've already got a second gap just about between Adam Corrigan and Ross Denham, but he's going to want to break that. We want to bring that gap a bit closer together, as we've had Enzo Detroit, he's off in the S section. The Red Bulls and that Mercedes are not having a good time. I think I've seen quite a few people go off in the S section right now, except there's some fighting going on. Adam Spice has just been overtaken by Tom Jewell, Thomas MacGyver, and I think his brother. I'm not sure what happened there. Must have had some sort of spin, but yeah, it looks like everyone's just kind of in formation. The DRS activated next lap, so people are going to want to stay within that DRS range to be able to, maybe make a move into the first corner. But I'd say DRS isn't as big of a thing on this track, but slipstream certainly is through 130R and the S section.
I gotta agree with you there, and look at this. Tim, he knows that DRS is gonna be on this lap, and he's barely within reach of Callum Anderson. He needs to stay within this reach too, if not he's gonna have a hard time with Paul Farding behind him as they head towards turn 1. There is no DRS yet, however, well, there is no back straight with DRS there, is there?
No, there isn't.
There isn't actually. There should be though, in my opinion. Nonetheless,
Thomas MacGyver's gone round our first. Sorry, our last corner has taken its first victim, Thomas MacGyver. He's round, and well, that's going to be the end of his hopes unless there's a safety car. So,
well, you never know. With the amount of cars on the track by themselves, it's looked like in the beginning. I wouldn't say a safety car is too unlikely. However, he needs to just try to keep driving steady laps to make sure that he reaches that safety car in that case.
Yeah, we've already got our first. Oh, there's another yellow. That looks like, where's that? Through the first Degnan. That's Tom Jewell. He's off in the gravel. So his fight's gone as well. Already seeing a lot of spins. As I've just seen Enzo Detroit's gone round again. This isn't looking good. There's a lot of crush. There's a lot of yellow flags. They're almost permanent at this point. But yeah, already quite a few gaps starting to appear. So yeah, it's going to be quite a split grid, I imagine. So we're just going to have to wait.
It is, and if we look up in the front, we can see that Tim still is within that window of DRS detection on Callum. However, Paul Farding has just about lost it on Tim, which is then gonna make it a lot harder for Paul. But obviously, being on the medium tires, he's on another strategy, so it could still work for him. As we can see that Tim is creeping closer to Callum, same with Billy on Paul. However, I don't believe we're going to see any overtakes. Maybe from Eagermal on Luke Baker into turn 1 as he goes down the inside of Luke Baker and makes the move in turn 1.
It's a very good move to go down the inside. Absolutely. I normally go around the outside. Kimi Räikkönen-esque, like, was it 2006, 2005 Japan? My favourite overtake of all time. But yeah, going down the inside through the S section, It's very risky, but bravery from Yagamar Johnson to move himself into P11, hopefully moving himself up into the top 10. I'm already seeing a lot of penalties, so maybe this race could be decided on penalties also. I think White Dog Billy, Tom, Jewel, and whoever just got it then, so... Yeah, penalties already happening, spins happening. I think, yeah, we've just seen our first 2 pit stoppers as well. Tack's now gone for the 2 stop.
Interesting from Thomas there, but nonetheless, though, it could still work if he gets that safety car. But I will have to say, for Thomas McIver, Enzo, and Tyler Thomas, they need that safety car, and same with Ivan King too, to be fair. But it's still 23 laps left of this race, as we can see that Tim is a little closer to Callum this time. I don't think he's going to be close enough, and I think he might have a DRS failure actually.
I was about to say,
he's not
he hasn't opened his DRS.
Ah, that is going to be a shame. That is going to make it a lot harder for him. In the meantime, though, his teammate is also trying to get something going on Adam Corrigan. Adam, who is in the top 5 at the moment. And I think it's fair to say that he's starting to look like a regular top 5 guy now, Adam.
Yeah, it looks like he's been improving recently. He just needs to work on that consistency. I think in the next couple of seasons, he could be fighting for the championship if he puts in the work and kind of sorts out his consistency. It looks like he's catching a bit to Billy Mossam and Paul Farthing, though, ahead of him. So if he can get within that DRS, I think that could really help his chances as well. Billy goes a little bit deep into that corner behind Paul Farthing, but yeah, for sure, Adam Corrigan, he's looking promising.
Well, as I've been here since F2 was created and F3 was created, I can tell you that I completely agree with what you're saying. We have a prime example on that kind of progress in Callum Anderson. He was not exactly championship material a few seasons back, and last season he started to evolve a little into it, but this season he's taken the step forward and is now in the lead of the championship, about to take his first ever IRL title.
Yeah, it's really good improvement from Callum Anderson. He's really improved since I remember him, so well done to him. But I think ERS in this race is going to become quite a big factor, as I'm seeing Billy Mossam at the end of his straight is only like 16%. A lot of people below 50%, so I think ERS management is going to be a big talking point of this race. Who can save their ERS the best?
I'm not gonna lie, for Billy, he's it's kind of sad to say, but he's always struggling with his ERS. He always seems to be spending it a little more than he should. Although right now I do think he might be spending a lot of it to keep up with Paul, as we can see that Paul is really putting in strong laps on these mediums. Oh, as Paul is actually losing the back end slightly out of that hairpin. And we might actually see Billy trying to go for move into spin. He's not pushing for it. So he's not going to do what you said not to do.
Oh, thank God for that, if I'm honest. But yeah, Adam Corrigan, he's now within kind of slipstream DRS range, so maybe he'll pull up to this battle and try and take his first ever league racing podium. Maybe. So I'm not going to curse him though. But we've also had Tack spin in the final corner again, so yeah, I think it's only a matter of time until there's a safety car, as we've also got yellow flags to the S section again.
I'm not sure what's quite happened here, Jack, but if we look at this, Tim has lost a lot of time to Callum on that lap.
So he has.
He's definitely made a mistake somewhere, and you can see that now Paul is right on his back and really pressuring Tim here. And I think this might be Tim's chance at the championship, just creeping away from him.
Yeah, he needs to just hope and pray Callum Anderson makes a huge mistake for him to even think about winning that title, because mistakes like that are going to cost him a lot. I don't know why we're seeing so many yellow flags, that hurts me. But yeah, now we've got 4 cars in this little battle. Paul Farthing lost the rear end through Degner 2, which means Billy Mossam is really close off. He's going to go down the side. Backs out of it, which is probably smart.
I don't know, right now, if I gotta be honest, if Billy wants to
oh,
get
the Corrigan's off!
Oh, has he spun in the hairpin?
Ah, I think that was a hairpin, yeah. He went in the hairpin.
Well, I
Adam. That's what I was saying.
don't believe I saw any wing damage, so he could fight his way back up a few places again. He definitely looks like he has the pace today, but he's gonna have to
He has
not
the
make any more
potential.
mistakes.
He has the potential, just needs to stop spinning and crashing. That's his biggest issue, but... Yeah, so now we've lost a car from our top fight, so now we've only got 3 cars again. But Paul Farthing, he's closing up to Tim, except he's also creating a gap to Billy Mossam, who's now got so little ERS he can't even go into overtake on the straight. But Paul Farthing, oh, he got close. I thought he was going to go for it there. He seems to be going a lot quicker than Tim, so I'm not sure what's going on with Tim right now. Callum, he's kind of keeping a steady gap though, so...
Well, gotta be
Paul
fair to
Farthing
Team
looks really
here
quick.
too. I do believe we are in the at the point where those mediums are starting to become a better tire to be on than those softs. As well, we're on lap 8, and the pit window for those soft, I believe, is lap 10, 11 around there. So they are towards the end of their lifetime, and this is when Paul really needs to be pushing.
Yeah, for sure. I'd say our first soft pit stop is going to be, I was about to say lap 9, but never mind. Tom Joe has decided to change that, except he's already pit in this race. So I imagine our first front runner soft pit stopper will be on lap 9. Try and get an undercut.
Possibly, I think we might see Callum going as early as lap 9 to just prevent any undercuts from the cars behind, and then especially Tim and possibly Billy too. Farf obviously is going to go much longer into the race anyway, but look at this though. Farf getting really close to Tim into the Casio triangle now. He's going to definitely have a chance to get past into turn 1 this lap, as we can see them going through the final corner. Quite different lines there. Nonetheless though, Paul Farthing, he's going to go to the outside as he's passing Tim Bruce-Dalins into turn 1, and I think he's made a move well before turn 1, and he's up into 2nd place.
Yeah, good move from Paul Farthing. That's what he needed. Now he just needs to start working away at that gap on Callum Anderson. He wants to bring that time down as much as possible before his pit stop. Tim Bruce-Dalins looks like he's really struggling though. He doesn't look like he's having a good time at all.
Oh, and look at this. Adam Corrigan is right on the back of Reed's March here, really hounding him through this S section. Almost looking like Adam could be able to go for a move here. However, I would advise him from not doing it, as it will be a very tricky move to pull off. Nonetheless though, he is also being hounded from Tom Spicer and Adam Spicer behind on the medium tire, so I think he's gonna have to get a move on, as it's a safety car.
Oh, there it is.
And
this is going to really work for the soft.
Perfect for Callum. As long as he has passed the pit lane.
Why is there a safety car?
I am not quite sure.
I see no retirements. I just see a couple of people in the pit, so I have absolutely no idea.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I have no idea either. But though, this is perfect for Tom Jewell, Tyler Thomas, Enzo, and, well, actually Thomas
Enzo's gone on the
and
softs.
Ivan, who's all far behind the cars ahead of them, and they now get a chance to actually get up to them again, although I think a few of them might actually be lapped, which would make it difficult even with the safety car then.
Yeah, everyone in the top.
Sped into the pit, and Billy has gone on the hard tires. Oh, that is a mistake.
So is Paul. So
well, Paul has to.
Why are so many people going on the hards? Reese March as well.
Oh, you gotta remember here, Jack, that Paul actually has
started
to.
on the mediums.
So he started on the medium, so he didn't have a choice. However, why Billy is doing it, he was on the softs, and the mediums can go to the end, and the hards are just... They're not horrible tires to be on.
Yeah, for sure, that's an interesting strategy call, we'll call it, but this has brought Adam Corrigan back into the race. If he can clear the hard runners in front of him on those quicker medium tyres, then maybe he's in with a chance of getting back into this race. But yeah, this has kind of leveled the playing field, but I think Billy Musson has made a mistake with that as well, so I think his chances could be slipping away from him for this race win.
Could be. Nonetheless, though, we'll have to see what happens on the safety car restart to actually see who's gonna make those hard tires work and not hard. I feel bad
A
for everyone
huge
on the
amount of
hards.
people.
But in the
A
meantime,
huge
though,
amount of people have done it.
we can have a look at people and how many positions they're up or down. And look at this. Paul Farding, he's currently 1 position up. Riley Manning, though, 3 positions up, so it's been a good first part of the race for him. Same with Reece March, 2 positions up. Adam, obviously, we know why he is 4 positions down. Not been the best start after that one mistake. On the other hand, Tom Spicer, 2 positions up. We have Jägermal, 7 positions up. He's had an absolutely brilliant start to his in this first half of the race. Luke Baker, 3 positions up, so a good start for him too. And Ivan King, he's 2 positions up, but he's not had a great start to his race, I can tell you that. It's been a horrendous start with being quite far
Paul's
behind.
gone straight back into the pits.
Oh,
I think he's gone back on the mediums.
I know what he's doing then, yeah, he's going back on the mediums. He's doing a Sauber strategy.
Why does it say he's on the softs?
Oh.
Is he? He's on the softs.
And that is championship over, I think.
Absolutely. He's also got a 5-second time penalty from speeding in the pit lane, so was it even worth it? No. You may as well just stayed out. I've no idea why maybe he just forgot to change it.
Billy has gone back into the pit to mediums too.
Oh yeah.
And Billy
realised he's made a mistake.
Well, I mean, for Billy, there is no excuse there. He started on the softs and went in for the hards under the safety car. That was the biggest mistake he could have done. However, he was on the medium, so he kind of had to put on hards. Then I guess he thought that he was gonna do the Sauber kind of strategy, but he's been put on softs though, and that is probably game over for him. I don't think, unless he can make the softs last 16 laps, I guess maybe you can, but
no,
it's gonna be horrible if you do.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever going to be able to take soft 16 laps. Unless he literally just drives on the rims, and unless he wants punctures in all 4 tyres, then maybe he can go to the end on them, but I don't think so.
Sliding around like a chip on his rims. Would have been interesting to see, to be fair.
I mean, it'd be entertaining. Would it be good for his championship? Probably not.
No, I think with that mistake on going on to softs for Paul, unless there is another safety car, I think it's really just Tim and Callum left in the championship fight now, and with Callum outscoring Tim, well, actually right now, Callum currently has the title.
Yeah, he does. He needs to make a huge mistake to be able to lose the title, if I'm honest. He needs to crash and fall right down the order.
And look at this, Reece March also into the pit on this lap. I think he is going back to a set of mediums too.
Most likely, Paul's back in the pits.
Yeah, that is for a set of mediums, I believe.
No, he's putting on another set of softs. He's putting on another set of softs.
Don't he
Paul, mate, what are you doing?
He should have another
I'm
set of
so
mediums,
confused.
shouldn't
He should. I imagine. I'd hope.
Well, he used mediums in quali, so he has 2 sets of mediums. So I don't get why he's. I don't know.
I'm not going to question it. I'm sure it's working for him.
At this point, I don't know. I don't know what to think after another pit stop under the safety car onto another set of soft tires. I don't know what to think. Nonetheless, though, Adam Corrigan, after Billy and Paul pitted, is back up into his 5th place, and with Riley Manning and Ross Denholm right in front of him. I think he might be in for a shot at the podium here, as we saw earlier in the race that Adam looks like he has had more pace than these two, so it's going to be an interesting battle for that third place. For first and second, I think with Billy and Paul kind of out of it right now, I think first and second is going to be set with Callum and Tim in the end.
Yeah, for sure. I think Adam has the pace to be able to fight with the front three. Just the question is, can he keep it out the wall? Can he keep the car from going sideways? Because he spends more time facing the wrong way than going the right way, so
and most importantly,
that's his biggest issue.
Can he keep it under traction in the hairpin? Because that's his previous mistake in this race, I believe.
Yeah, it was his previous mistake. He just needs to keep it on the track. Hang on a second. Who's that just crashed? Invictus, I've forgotten his name. Riley Manning, he's just gone off into the wall. I think he's got wing damage. And he's dropped down some positions. That's something.
I cannot look at that as we are having the restart. Calm has gone quite early. He's actually caught Tim very off guard here. And he's pulled out almost a second instantly. Look at this though, Riley Manning. He does have wing damage and he's getting overtaken by Ross Denholm instantly. Adam Corrigan has been caught out napping a little as he's almost out of DRS range on these guys. However, Billy Mossum, he's quite close to Reese, no not Reese, but Adam Spicer as he taps the back end of Adam a little, I think. And Billy actually does have wing damage, so I think he might have actually had that tap. And that's not gonna be helpful for him.
Adam needs to get past Riley Manning. We've already got a yellow flag somewhere. That's Thomas MacGyver round again. Not a good race for him, but Adam Corrigan needs to get past Riley Manning to have a chance of this podium. He's been held up behind him, and well, last time Adam didn't get a podium in Silverstone is because he hit the back of Riley Manning. So hopefully there's no bad blood with Adam. So he's going to want to clear him very, very soon. He's getting really close into a spoon.
We might see him trying into spoon on the outside. Well, he was trying, but he just couldn't carry enough speed to get it done. But look at this, though. That is kind of...
Enzo.
Enzo is out in the S's. But look at this. Look at this battle for fourth at the moment. Adam Corrigan on the outside into 130R. Riley Manning going a little deep in 130R into the Casio triangle. Adam is really giving Riley a hard time here now as they head for the final corner and on to the straight. Adam is very close to Riley here. Riley goes defensive instantly, but Adam still takes the inside line. I think he will be making a move into turn one. He backs out of it, but no, look at this. He's still on the inside as they go towards the S's now. Adam on the outside. I think he might have had to move down, and look at this. But he gets
he's made a mistake.
Look at this. Riley Manning goes straight up to fourth again. And what a battle we are having on our hands here, Jack. And look at this. Riley, he's clearly struggling with that front wing, and around the outside in Dunlop curve by Adam Corrigan. What a brilliant move there to seize his chance of getting that fourth place back. But now he really needs to catch up to Ross Denholm, who's currently sitting comfortably in third place.
Yeah, that's a big 4 seconds, but... Oh, there's wing damage for Tom Spicer. Tom Spicer just hit the back of Riley Manning. So that means Adam, he's going to be able to get away. He's already got 1.1 seconds, which is fantastic for him. That's only going up. But, yeah, Adam Corrigan, he made the move at the first point, and then he made a mistake, hit the grass. Riley Manning got back in front of him, and then he made another great move to get back into fourth place. So, Adam Corrigan a bit up and down, but he's made it work, and now he's into P4, and he needs to start catching to that front group.
And look at this. Paul.
Side by side 130R. Tom Spicer and Yagamo Johnson just gone side by side. 130R coming into chicane. Yagamo still goes side by side. Yagamo is in front right now. Tom Spicer has to back out. He's also been overtaken by Billy Mossum, and he goes into the pits on the hard tyres. Okay, that's a bring an end to that fight. Except Paul Father, he's working his way back through on the softs. He's gone past Luke Baker on the straight, very easy into the first corner. Here goes Billy Mossum. It looks like he's going to go down the inside. I have an awful camera angle. Can't see anything except he looks like he's gone for the move on Yagamo Johnson. He's now up into P6. They're still fighting. A little bit of wheelback. He's almost up in the wall. He's off. He's crashed. Paul Farthing is completely out of the championship. It is game over.
I couldn't have said it better myself. That is game over for Paul Farthing. Unfortunately for him, he tried everything today to get that upper hand on Callum. He went on the different strategy. He was in a great position, but that safety car, just after that safety car, it's just all gone up into flames for Paul. Nonetheless, though, we have other battles, and Billy is looking feisty on the back of Riley Manning now. As we see blue flags, I don't know why they are blue flags there, but nonetheless, I don't. And look at this, Adam is actually catching a little on Ross Denholm. Not a lot right now, but a little. But right now,
Yeah,
we're gonna
he's
keep going with Billy here, as him and Riley, both with wing damages, heading towards 130R. I don't think Billy is gonna get close enough there, but he might go for a crazy dive into the Casio triangle. Either that, or he's gonna make his way for the main straight. He kinda goes for a move into the Casio triangle. A bad move that is from him. But now, heading on to the main straight, DRS is open for Billy. He's catching on Riley Manning, going into turn 1. He's not going to be quite close enough. He's going to have to wait another lap. But look at this, though. He's getting slightly closer as he takes a different line. And look at this. He's right on the back, going into the S's. I don't think we're going to see him able to make an overtake with that front wing here. But he's definitely looking feisty as they go through here. And then next Dunlop curve.
Oh, he's gone off.
Look
Yep,
at that,
there's the
Riley
move.
Manning is wide and Billy is through.
Yeah, it's just a mistake from Riley. He was really holding up Billy. Billy now has 4 seconds to try and gain on Adam Corrigan. Adam Corrigan looks like he's got pace. He's in a high ERS mode. He's pushing for that podium. He wants it. Tyler Thompson's just crashed. Oh! Adam Corrigan just got wiggly on the end to the hairpin, and I got scared. I was fearing for his life, but he is catching. He's taking quite big chunks out of Ross Denham right now. Maybe not quite big, but little by little, he's getting closer. So, depending on penalties, maybe Adam Corrigan could be looking at his best ever result.
Could be. Do you know his best ever result before this race? Is it 5th?
P4.
P4. So he's.
Wait, it was Canada.
So he's
P5 or P4?
currently equaling his best ever result. Nonetheless, though, Jäger Mal Johnson is right on the back of Luke Baker, heading into 130R. They're both on the horrible hard tires. But it does not mean that they're gonna shy away from the battle, as we can see that Jägermal is gonna try to find a way past
Luke Baker
to the straight.
He hit the bump in the final corner and just almost got sent by Jägermal Johnson. He's gonna go for the move up the inside, coming into the first corner. Can Luke do anything to defend that? No, he will not. He'll back out and he'll let it happen, except he's gonna carry on fighting through the S section. Looked like he was gonna go for it. He seems to be quite close. They seem to be quite equal on pace, except Riley Manning is going very slow. He's struggling a lot with his wing damage. Billy Mossam is also losing time to Aaron Corrigan. Ross Denham has a 3-second time penalty. Adam, I don't think does. So if he can get within 3 seconds, that means he is technically on the podium.
I don't think he's gonna stop there. He's gonna try to catch Ross. He's gonna want to take that 3rd place on track. But nonetheless, though, there are multiple battles there to follow right now. And look at this. Tim Bruce Dalins. He's right on the back of Callum Anderson now. Obviously, if Callum finishes in 2nd and Tim takes that 1st, that's not going to help anything for Tim in that championship battle. But Tim is in 3rd in the championship battle right now. So we could bump him up into 2nd.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe a fight for 2nd is more realistic for him now, as Paul Farthing is really far down the order. I'm not sure what his gap is to Paul, but yeah, we'll probably see a fight for 2nd in the end of the final race next week. So yeah, it's quite disappointing for Tim, but Callum Anderson, he's just been consistent enough. He's been good enough. I think he deserves it, really.
Well, I would just have to say that no matter which one of these 3, he would have won the championship. As we can see that Adam Spicer is going to try and move into the 1st quarter.
He hit the curb, he almost lost it.
But as I was going to say, no matter which of these 3 drivers would have won the title, I think they all would have deserved it. But Callum, he's just simply been the better driver this season. They've all had their issues in some races.
Hang on, Tim's falling down the order. Tim spun! Tim's off! He's gone in the negative 2. Adam Corrigan now up into P3 almost. P2. So this week's Callum Anderson. That's game over. Callum Anderson right now, he's going to be champion.
Tim too. That is going to be difficult, but Unless we get a safety car now, Callum Anderson can
He's
call
champion.
himself the champion after this race.
He hardly even needs to push. Look at him, he's in 0 ERS, but now it's just down to can Adam Corrigan get his first ever podium. He's got a decent gap behind him. Keep it on the track, I think he can do it. I really need the toilet, so I'll be back in a minute.
Go do what you gotta do. In the meantime, I'll be looking at this fight for 6th place at the moment, as we can see that there is a massive train behind Riley Manning right now. But look at this though. Thomas McIver down the inside of Reese March into 130R. He takes the position away from Reese and is up into 10th. Nonetheless though, Reese will be fighting back, and we can see that Billy is almost on the back of Tim now. That is going to be an interesting battle to follow soon. Nonetheless, we have Egermal on the back of his teammate Riley, however not going for any moves at the moment. Further down the field, there is no cars close enough to make that move. But look at this, Adam Corrigan. Currently, this is his best ever IRL result. It could be his first ever IRL podium. It could be Callum Anderson's first ever IRL title. There is record-breaking moments in this race, as I believe Thomas McIver has just made the move on Adam Spicer, really putting those soft tires to work on these hard tire runners right now, as he's passing them pretty much left, right and center. As I do believe I have my co-commentator back here, Jack Yates.
What I missed?
Not too much, not too much. Thomas has made another move.
Ross Dennis just got another penalty.
Oh, that could be crucial.
They're catching Callum as well.
Look at this, Billy Mossum right on the back of Tim Brusalians. He's kind of going for those half-hearted moves into the Castillo triangle, which is really compromising his line through that whole section. Nonetheless, he's close to Tim Brusalians, going down the main straight. Billy Mossum to the inside, Tim on the outside. Billy makes the move work. Tim tries to get back at him, but Billy just parks it at the apex and takes away from Tim. And further down the field, it looks like Thomas has taken another position from Luke Baker this time, really putting these soft tires to work on the hard tire runners.
I'm sure he's going to have to pit again, as there's the yellow flag in sector 1.
And that is
Thomas McIver's round!
Oh.
Thomas McIver's spun. I mean, we were just saying he was doing quite good on those softs, except he has to pit again anyway, so never mind, eh? Oh, that was
commentators
quite a big
curse,
spin,
commentators curse. We should just... Oh, and look at that! Ivan King hits the curb in Degner 1 and loses the back end into the wall, and the loss of front wing for him.
Very disappointing, but Adam Corrigan's catching a lot to Ross Denham. So, if he can make the move, he might. Ross Denham has 6 seconds, Adam Corrigan has 0, so he could just sit behind him, but maybe Adam wants to go for the win. Maybe.
I don't think Adam is going to sit behind him. Adam is going to want that position on track. He's going to do everything he can. Nonetheless, though, we are now on with this battle between Luke Baker and Reese March. Luke on those old hard tires, Reese on those old mediums. Should really be an easy move for Reese if he gets it done now. There's no DRS for Luke. There is DRS for Reese. I think he might be a little too far behind at this moment, as he's pushing down the main straight, but he's not going to get close enough.
Yeah, he made a mistake, I think, and just lost him, but Riley Manning, he's really struggling. He's just falling down and down and down, but I did say if Adam Corrigan ever gets a race win, I'm retiring. I don't know if I mean that. I don't know if I mean that now.
I need somebody to battle about P16 with, you know.
Oh, look, Baker's gone! He's in the wall, wing damage! Lucky to not lose his wheel, he just didn't quite hit it with enough speed and gusto. He's gone. Yeah,
he's the second driver in 2 laps who's been caught out there now.
Yeah, I think maybe, is it the tyres starting to get a little bit older? It's causing people issues, but
I think it's definitely the tires starting to get older. They get more slippery. Dunlop curve could It's quite an easy corner to be caught out in as it is, so I think it might have to do with that. But with that though, we don't really have any clear battles right now, so we'll jump on with Adam Corrigan to see how he is doing as he's trying to close that gap up to Ross Denholm to get that DRS, as we're getting some beautiful helicopter shoots there.
Helicopter's always nice, but
It is.
I mean, I'll be very proud if Adam gets this podium. He's technically one of my real life friends, we could call it, but yeah, it'd be nice to see Adam finally get a podium. As long as he just kind of sticks it on the track, he's alright.
Cut you off as we
Oh, yeah,
have
I see
Reese
that.
march around the outside in turn 1.
Oh, he's spun!
Ian Riley as Riley spins. After I believe there has been some contact there, I couldn't get the best look at it. Nonetheless,
I think,
did he save it out of the wall so he didn't get any wing damage?
yes, he saved it.
That
He
is-
just went sideways and somehow managed to keep on going, so, I mean, good car control.
Oh, but
yeah,
we can't
Reece Marsh-
miss this though. I think Ross Denholm might have made a small mistake somewhere, as we have Adam
yeah.
now just 6/10 behind Ross, fighting for that P2.
Hang on, Ross is just... What the...
Oh.
Oh, God, Adam! So I got lag and then I was really confused, and Adam Corrigan, he just hit the grass and I thought it was going to be game over and I was going to cry. I was going to scream, I wasn't going to have a nice day. That's all I could say.
Well, I think I can say I think Adam's probably gotten scared by that lag if he had it on his screen too. And that might have been why he just went on the grass, because it didn't look like he lost it onto the grass. It just looked like he drove onto the grass himself. And I can't find any other reasons for that.
That's just the Adam effect.
Nonetheless though, Paul Farding, he is trying to catch up to Tom Jewell here, fighting for the last points paying position. And with Tim down in 5th, I believe the gap between Tim and Paul in the championship is about 7 points, give or take. So it's not a lot that is going to separate them after this race if Tim finishes 5th and Farf doesn't get points.
Yeah, still we're going to have a fight for second place in the championship, so as long as that could be as close as possible for next race, I'm happy.
Oh, look at this, Paul Farding, he gets a brilliant exit from the final corner and overtakes Tom Jewell quite early on the main straight.
Yeah, not many laps to go, not many fights going on, but yeah, Paul Farding, at least he's getting some points.
Adam inside DRS on Ross Denholm again. This is the fight for P2 at the moment as they're heading up towards 130R. And oh, and look at that. Ross Denholm actually touching the grass right before 130R there, losing a 10th. But going into the Casio triangle. Adam is close.
Oh, Adam gets a penalty.
As Adam picks up a 5-second time penalty.
Oh yeah, he needs to be within a second of Ross now.
Ah, but look at this though, he's close and he's pushing down the main straight. I don't think he's close enough this time around, but he's gonna have more shots on the next few laps, as we can see him right behind Ross Denholm here. Don't do an Adam and touch his back, you're gonna get wing damage if you do.
Be normal, Adam. Just keep it calm. This terrifies me. He's got a 5-second time penalty now. Would you say that'll be reduced down to 3 seconds?
Well, looking at where he got it, if he sends in his footage to get it reduced, he could probably get it reduced down to 3-second time penalty, yes. Most likely.
Not bad. Okay, so Adam just needs to keep his cool and stick
though,
behind.
we're gonna have to follow Paul Farding now, as he's gotten another good exit from the final corner. He's gonna pass Thomas McIver well before turn 1 to move up to 9th, and the gap between him and Tim gets closer and closer.
Thomas McIver's tyres are screaming. I can hear them from here. They're not having a good time. Look at that. 13 laps old. Oh god, it looks horrible. Poor man. Hang on a second. Adam Corrigan's all over the back of Ross Denholm.
He's
really
as
close
they head
now.
towards 130R and into the Casio triangle next. He needs to get a good exit. from the final corner. And look at this, he has a quite decent line through there. He gets a decent exit. I think he might have the chance to go for that P2 right
Here he
now. Look at
goes.
this, he pulls out of the slipstream. This is for second in Japan as Adam Corrigan goes into P2. Right ahead of Ross Denholm. And now, can he do anything about Callum Anderson? I don't think he can. It's 3 seconds up there. I think that gap will be too big for him to catch up. But he's certainly going to try, as you can see him catching a little already.
Yeah, for sure. So, unless Callum spins or something, then I don't think Adam will get this win. I don't want to retire, so Adam, if you can be nice to me, that'd be great. So, I mean, he's into P2. This would be his first ever podium if he can keep it on the track for these next couple of laps.
The battle for P10, where Thomas is on those horrendous old soft tires. Tom Jewell is closing in on him. I don't think this is the lap where we're going to see the move. I think Tom is going to have to wait till next lap. Unless Thomas is really going to be struggling. Look at it, 14 laps old soft tires. They can't be much fun to be on right now.
I mean, they're definitely not much fun, but Ross Denholm has managed to stick with Adam Corrigan. They still both seem to be going a bit quicker than Callum Anderson in front, who's not pushing at all. He's a non-ERS. He doesn't care. But Ross Denholm, he's getting really close to Adam Corrigan now, so Adam Corrigan could still be overtaken on this main straight, and we're going to see the battle for P2 continue as Ross cuts the corner quite blatantly, but they're really close to Callum. Really close, within a second.
Look at this.
Callum, you might want to push,
into
mate.
the hairpin. Is he going to go for the dive down the inside? He doesn't, because Thomas covers that up, but he tries to get a better exit.
Oh, they're making contact. Sorry, Adam Corrigan and Ross Denholm, they're making a fight. Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off, but I kind of had to. Ross Denholm gets back into P2. Adam Corrigan loses a bit of time from that. Now they've just kind of lost Callum Anderson. Maybe he should have waited. I have no idea. But only 2 laps to go. Callum Anderson has no penalty, so unless he spins, he's got the race win, I imagine. So, yeah, they kind of touch it. Oh, never mind, he's got a penalty now. So, actually, if Adam can get past Callum, and Adam can get his penalty reduced down to 3 seconds, he could win. But now they've lost time because they started fighting him and Ross Denholm, so I think that's looking less and less likely.
Following Tom Jewell here, as he looked like he was going to get another chance at Thomas McIver on the main straight this time, but he doesn't get any good exit from the final corner. I don't think he knows properly how to handle that bump, and that is placing him in a massive disadvantage against Thomas there, even with Thomas.
Adam is going to go for it into 130. Adam is going to go over the inside, covered into 130 on Ross Denholm. They make a little bit of contact. Ross Denholm goes wide. He's lagging all over the place. His lag is awful. Callum has got 5 seconds time penalty. Oh my god! He's got 8 seconds of penalties. One of these two can win the race.
This
oh my god!
Just turned very
if they get it within 3 seconds.
Oh, and look at this! Adam Corrigan's gone down the inside. This is the final lap. This might be the race-deciding move for Adam as he goes up into P2. Now he just needs to keep using his ERS to make sure that Ross doesn't get back past.
I think if Adam gets within 3 seconds and Callum Anderson doesn't get that penalty removed, I might be looking at my retirement. So
you are definitely not retiring, Jack. I am not letting you.
We're just gonna need to get a sniper from the crowd.
Oh, look at this though. We are having a 3-way battle at the back with Thomas McIver, Tom Jewell, and Adam Spicer. They're all wanting that final point, and they're all gonna battle for it. And then we're getting.
Callum Anderson's got no ARS. If I can see Adam Corrigan win on track, my life is complete.
And look at this, Adam Corrigan has he's managed to lose Ross Denholm here. He's now charging towards a second place for sure, maybe a first place, all depending on penalties. It's 3 seconds between Callum Anderson and Adam Corrigan, as Callum Anderson is going to go over the line to maybe take the win. We're going to find out in a moment as Adam Corrigan passes the line to take the win by 3/10.
Oh my god!
Third. Billy is going to cross the line to take 4th place before Tim Bruce Dalians is going to cross the line to take 5th place unless Eagermal takes it on penalties. Tim up to 4th place, Eagermal up to 5th place, Billy down to 6th place. Reese March is going to cross the line in 7th. Riley Manning through the Casio Triangle for the final time to take 8th place in this race before we then have Paul Farding going through the Casio Triangle. A disappointed Paul Farding today, knowing it was his final chance. And nonetheless, though, for the final points paying position,
Oh
we
god,
have a
tags
battle
come from
between
nowhere.
Adam Spicer, Thomas McIver, and Tom Jewell. Who is going to get this point? Adam Spicer close, and it's going to be Thomas McIver on penalties in the end, ahead of Tom Jewell and Adam Spicer. Then for 13th and 14th, we're going to have Ivan King crossing the line in 13th, Luke Baker in 14th, and what a race.
Adam Corrigan has just won a race for now. Adam Corrigan won a race. I never thought I'd be saying those words. Wow. Okay. I mean,
well, I'm not sure what Callum was doing on those
here
last
he is.
laps. It looks like he's just fumbled away this race win. But then again, Callum still knows that he's won the championship after this race, so I think he's gonna be as happy as he could be nonetheless.
I mean, look, there's 3 podium sitters: Adam Corrigan, Callum Anderson, and Ross Denham. I never thought I would see that face staring at me with champagne. This is sorry, this is a really weird experience for me. I'm sorry, I keep, you know, making a meal of it, but Adam Corrigan won a race. Ladies and gentlemen, you've witnessed something here today.
Look at that, Adam Corrigan in 1st place in the end, taking the win here in Japan. Callum Anderson with with 2nd place. Ross Denholm in 3rd. Great drive from him too, from 6th on the grid. Tim Brusdalians with an unlucky spin ends up in 4th place in the end. Eagermal Johnson might be in the conversation for driver of the day, 17th to 5th today. Then Wildload Billy Mossum in 6th before Reese March takes 7th, Riley Manning 8th, Paul Farding 9th, and in 10th I believe it was Thomas McIvers who ran away with that position in the end. Do you want me to suggest the people who needs interviews, Jack, or?
I'll do it, because if you do it, they won't be able to hear me, but I mean, Adam Corrigan, I think he's actually got that win, even after penalties, because Callum Anderson had 8 seconds, plus a 5 seconds, so if he gets the 5 seconds reduced down to 3, that means he's all going to have 6 seconds. Adam Corrigan only had 3 seconds, so I think Adam Corrigan actually won a race, and I don't know what to think.
Well, we will find out later, but as of now, he is the race winner. Callum is the title winner, so we'll just wait for Adam, Callum, and Ross to see if they want interviews. You know all their gamer tags?
Yeah.
And I
Just
will
doing them now.
sit back and relax for a moment.
Enjoy.
Hello.
Oh my god, I've just never... I said before this race I have to retire. I'm sorry, I never expect to see you here, Adam.
Neither would I.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Let me just check my voice is on chair. I've forgotten how
It
to...
is.
It is, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think I'm almost as happy as you are.
I think you might be.
I mean, I'm certainly happier now than when I got my first win.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking happy.
Don't swear, Adam. Don't.
Oh, can I not swear? Okay. I'm so
No.
freaking happy, dude.
So, I can't find Ross Denham's name, so Sandra, you're gonna have to suggest that one.
I will suggest him for you. I've suggested him, Jack.
Yeah, getting that now.
We're getting tacky because we got the constructors. So.
That was terrifying.
I mean, I said I'm gonna have to retire if Adam ever wins a race. I said that about
You did.
20 minutes before
Not
this
happening.
race.
Sandra, you
I mean,
told me
so
specifically
everyone, this
I
has
was gonna
been
crash.
Jack Yates, Nexus Iceman. I'll see you all in the future.
I mean,
Oh
I
my-
could get that 5 second with me, but
No, Callum, don't.
No,
Don't do it.
I won't.
No, on
I
penalties, I think
Appeal
Adam could
anything
still
you
win,
want,
but
Simon.
we'll have to wait and see because
Honestly, Callum, if you want to appeal a penalty, do it. I've won to appeal anyway, so.
there's no point. I've won the championship, so
let him have
Fair
it. Let Adam be happy.
yeah, there's no point.
But anyway, Sandre, what should we get the podium interview started while we wait for us? Sandre?
Is Ross there?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright. Well, we will start off with Ross then, as you took a 3rd place today, so congratulations on that. First of all, quali down in 6th, was that as planned or?
It was planned, because I knew I wasn't going to be up at the front of quality.
Alright, fair enough, fair enough. Nonetheless though, in the race, managed to convert that 6th place into 3rd place in the end, and you had a nerve-wracking battle with Adam Corrigan there at the end. Like, let us know what was going around in your mind at the end there.
Just don't bottle.
Fair enough.
Oh, that goes around in so many people's head. Did you
I just
think
didn't want that to happen.
Did you think that you would be able to get back past him on the last lap though, or did you think it was game over when he passed you on the main straight?
It was game over. I knew I couldn't keep up.
Ah, well, it is what it is, I guess. Nonetheless though, 3rd place in this race, like, well, how do you feel right now?
Happy. After Italy, I'm actually happy. I got taken out off the start.
It happens, unfortunately, but podium today though. Next race and the final race of the season will be Brazil, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe it is Brazil. How do you feel ahead of that?
I'm strong around it, so maybe a podium again.
Ah, interesting. Quali strong for you there, or just strong
No.
race pace?
Strong race pace.
Interesting. Any questions from you, Jack?
No, not really. Actually, other than maybe Brazil next week. How do you feel about that?
Just feeling to hopefully move up in the championship into more next week. That's it.
Fair enough.
Well, actually, I have one more question thinking about it, because I believe that you and your teammate Tim in 3rd and 4th today will be very close with Mercedes in the Constructors title. Is that something that is going around in your mind in the race, or?
And I was just not really. I was focusing on myself.
Well, probably the best way to get the best result, and in the end get the best result for the team too. But then, congratulations on your race today, and good luck for next week.
Thank you.
And then we will jump over to 2nd place, Callum Anderson.
Yep.
We're going into a short quali, apparently.
Oh, okay.
But nonetheless, 2nd place today though, Callum, but obviously your highlight of the day is the championship, 1st ever title here in IRL. How do you feel right now?
Yeah, I feel happy. I should have won really, but I'm happy that I didn't win, to be honest. But yeah, it's just been a good season really. Got it to the 4th and came 3rd title along the way. And yeah, just I don't know really. Yeah, I'm just happy I won.
Well, let's have a little look at that race, because obviously during the whole race you were pretty much in a commanding lead, and then you guys got the safety car, which really just made it even better for you, to be fair, as Paul was on those mediums, and with that safety car his chance was kind of thrown out of the window, and he also made some interesting pit stop strategies. Like, was that the point when you knew that you had the title?
No, because I don't like Japan, and yeah, I do like to bottle, so nah, I don't think I would have really thinking about what's up next and just trying to win.
Fair enough, fair enough. Nonetheless, though, a little later on, Tim was pressuring you, but then he, as the final guy who could actually snatch that title away from you, spins around from second. At that point, you must have been quite confident in your title.
Yeah, I just backed off everything really and just put it in lane and on, just didn't push.
We did notice that, actually, and at the end then, you kind of fumbled away the win. What happened?
I don't know, I was sort of lining myself up for fastest lap and I got that, what is it, that 5 seconds, and then I just knew that were it. I lost it, and then I didn't realise he had a 5-second penalty, and I backed off before the line, like a fair bit before, and just yeah, I just threw the win away, but I'm not bothered, to be honest. I'm happy with that he won, so.
Well, I will have to be honest with you. If I fumbled away a race win, I would not give a damn about it if I just won the title. So, kind of understand that.
So.
And thinking about it, I'm not completely sure with that yet, but I do believe you guys should have taken the constructors title today too.
Yep, I think we have.
I do believe you have, yeah, because the gap should be bigger. So 2 titles and the second place, gotta be quite a successful day.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's good. So.
And then there is still one more race left of the season though, in Brazil. How are you going into that? Is it just gonna be like a parade race for you? Are you still like gonna be charging for the win, or?
Well, I'm switching to wheel, so I ain't race on there, so I'm just gonna go on wheel and just sort for the best, really. Probably start from the back, and, yeah.
Are we gonna see some donuts?
In quali, maybe, yeah.
I'll be expecting those. Nonetheless, though, congratulations on the race win and the great in the end.
Didn't
No,
win
not
the
the
race.
race win, the second place and the title win. Mixed it up a little there. But yeah, congratulations and good luck for next week.
Thanks.
And then on to the final driver in here, Adam Corrigan.
Hello.
Let's just say I did not expect to be sitting here and asking you how you feel about your win today, but how do you feel about that win though?
I'm kind of hungry, to be honest.
Okay.
That's the kind of response I was expecting, to be honest.
Nah, I'm honestly so chuffed. Oh, what a race.
Well, you did have a good quali and you started in P4, I believe?
I think it was 5.
No, you started in P4 because Paul started in P5. But into turn 1 on the first lap, I believe you got overtaken by Paul.
Yeah.
And then a little later on in the race, you found yourself in a little trouble in the hairpin.
Yeah, I did. I was expecting a spin at one point, but like, I don't know, I just pushed a little too hard coming out of it, got on the throttle a bit too early, went around, and I just started praying for a safety car. And then a couple laps later, safety car.
You got that safety car, and I believe you were in 7th place or something around that point.
No,
but
I think it's 8th. I think.
I might have been 8th too, but you were a little lucky. There was a few people ahead of you that kind of screwed up their safety car, with Billy pitting
Yeah.
twice because he first pitted to hards. Paul, obviously being on the mediums, had to pit to something else but mediums, and I believe it was one more person or something who also did some weird pit stops there. But nonetheless, though, you found yourself in fifth or fourth again, I believe. Then
Yeah.
later on, Tim had a spin, and you found yourself even higher up, and then at the end, you caught up to Ross, and the fight for second was on. At that point, did you know that you could still have a chance at the win?
Oh no, I had no idea. I was surprised I was catching Ross, to be honest. I kept on thinking like, oh, any second now I'm gonna start dropping back, and then the gap was like getting smaller, and I was like, what's going on? This isn't normal.
Well, nonetheless, though, you did catch up to him, and we got a quite intense battle for a few laps there, where you guys passed each other. Like, at any points there, was there any points there where you were scared that you had bottled it or something?
I think at one point there was the exit of the last corner. I'm not sure exactly when, but that was sketchy for me nearly every lap, and there were a couple of times where I think I let out a little shriek going around it, because I thought I'd lost it all. But that was a good race.
Fair enough.
Really
And
interesting.
then on the final lap, passing the line, Callum had already passed the line, you passed the line, and you were suddenly top of the standing there.
Yeah, I know. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Oh, sorry, I'm not less. Yeah, whatever. I was like, what the frick? And then, yeah, I just kind of, there was a moment where I paused because, you know, I thought, hey, Ross has got no penalties, he'll take me back, and then he didn't. And then I just kind of went quiet for a couple of minutes, and then did a happy. Really unexpected.
Well, I mean, the first win is something anyway, no matter how you get it. I can't imagine you got a little surprise going over the line there, but nonetheless, though, next week we're heading to Brazil and the final race of the season. And you did not sound like you liked that track.
Oh, it's
How
my
was that
least
track
favorite
for you?
truck. I don't like Brazil, okay? Anybody who knows me knows I don't like Brazil. So that's gonna be interesting.
In other words, we shouldn't be expecting another win there.
Oh, no. You'd be expecting a finish, maybe.
Oh, okay, we're talking that badly.
Oh, yeah.
Well, any questions from you, Jack?
Yeah, actually, so Adam, our little friendship group, we all had different reactions to our first race win. I pulled out a
Yeah.
Kimmy quote, Kevin cried, and Andrea started singing the F1 team tune.
Oh my god.
Did you make any kind of notable
I'd
noises
have to,
when
I'd
you
have
won?
to watch it back. I don't think so. I think I just kind of went, yes, I've won. Yes, I said yes a lot, I think.
That sounds like you.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well,
I didn't cry anyway.
shots fired at Kevin.
He's never living that down.
No, he's not.
Nonetheless, though, great result from you here today, and congratulations on your first ever IRL win, and as far as I know, your first ever league race win too.
Yeah, thanks.
And good luck for Brazil. That is going to go horribly for you.
Yeah, thanks.
And Jack, back to us then.
Yes, indeed.
Anything you want to say about the
I
race?
mean, this is probably my most unexpected race I've ever seen. F3 does not disappoint. I never thought I would ever see
Oh, it doesn't.
Adam Corrigan in my interviews, but made sure it's a welcome result. So, looking on to Brazil, I'm very excited because F3 is always giving us good racing, good action. So, Brazil, very excited. Oh, my headset just broke.
Never a boring moment at F3. I gotta agree on that. No bias there, Jack. but it's
No
always
advice.
nice to see a new driver get their first win, and it's been a great race too. There's been some memorable battles in that race, but with that, unless you have anything more to add, Jack, does not
I
seem
got
like
nothing
it.
to say now.
Then we will finish it up off. This has been IRL F3 round 11 around Japan. I have been your commentator Saunders Sorag, joined by Jack Yates today. And with that, if you want to watch any more action, then we will be going live next week for IRL F1 for the last race in Brazil at 6 p.m. on Saturday, before F2 and F3 goes live on Sunday at 4:30 p.m. as usual. So with that, if you would like to join the league in the future, make sure to check out our pinned tweet to join the Discord, and from there you will see how to sign up, and there will be more coming on the new game pretty quickly. So with that, goodbye, and hopefully we'll see you again.